What's good, y'all? Dr.Trehunna. So I actually had a client that asked me earlier today, hey Trey, I noticed that for some odd reason I always gain a little bit more weight over the holiday season. So today I'm gonna break down to you why do we usually tend to gain weight over the holiday season and what we could do to prevent it in the first place, okay? So there's three main reasons why we gain weight over the holiday seasons. It is A, our sleep is out of whack, okay? 2, we're less active. And of course, number 3, we eat a little bit more, okay? So tip number 1, why is our sleep out of whack, okay? So what usually keeps our circadian clocks to be running optimally is vitamin D. We will usually receive vitamin D from what? The sun, okay? Some people take supplements, but we take or receive majority of our vitamin D from the sun, right? Now, the sun is not out as much in the wintertime than it is during the summertime, okay? And because of that, and because it's a little bit cold outside, a lot of people tend to not be outside as much, okay? Now, because you're not outside as much, right? This stops your body from producing a lot of melatonin when you go to sleep, okay? So everything happens for a reason. A lot of people think, oh, melatonin, that's the sleep hormone that helps me go to sleep, right? Melatonin got way more benefits or effects than that, such as it helps you lower your blood pressure, right? Helps lower inflammation, right? Helps NAD+, which is basically your longevity gene, okay? Helps your sirtuins, and it keeps your circadian clocks, which is inside every single cell, working optimally and efficiently, okay? And it lowers inflammation, okay? All start of diseases start with some sort of inflammation, all right? Type 2 diabetes is literally some sort of inflammation, right? And just like obesity is literally a full body inflammation, all right? So because you're not receiving a lot of vitamin D, right, you are 9 times out of 10 more likely to stay a little bit up more later during the night because you're not receiving melatonin. And also it's because you're receiving a lot of blue light, okay? What do I mean by that? So you're receiving blue light from your phone, right? Just like you receive blue light from the sun. Now, when your body is receiving blue light, your body's more liable to stay up during the day. Why? Because your body does not want to basically be up when predators are out. Okay, so back in the day when we was like cavemen and cavewomen, right? If you was up during the day, right, which is the main reason why you wake up during the morning, because once your body starts receiving blue light, your body's like, hey, it's time to go out and hunt or not get attacked, right? But if you're still receiving blue light during that night, and we receive majority of our blue light from the phone, your body's saying, hey, it is still daytime. You need to stay up, okay? That's why you see a lot of insomniacs. If you ask them how they try to go to sleep, they say, I try to go to sleep watching the TV. Makes sense? And nowadays, a lot of people's not watching TV. We're getting a lot of our blue light from what? Our phones or our cellular devices, okay? So make sure you give your body a time when you basically turn off your phone, okay? And make sure in order for your body to basically relax itself and go to sleep, your body's core body temperature needs to drop. And if you have control of your thermostat in the house, make sure when you're trying to go to sleep, you set it for 66 to 68 degrees, okay? If you are somebody who's trying to see the scale drop, the scale will never drop if you're not sleeping efficiently or adequately, okay? So make sure you're getting good amount of sleep, at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Believe it or not, we're supposed to get a little bit more hours of sleep than that, but they know the average person is not gonna be able to get that much amount of sleep. So you should shoot for at least 7 to 8 hours, not 5 or not 6 hours of sleep. And you're going to realize every single day that you're sleeping 5 to 6 hours. The scale is going to literally go up, or it's going to fluctuate a little bit more. Why? Because your body is still inflamed, okay? And when the human body is inflamed, it's going to retain a little bit more water, okay? That's why people hold on to a little bit more water weight when they wake up during the morning, okay? And it's simply because cortisol was up when you're trying to go to sleep, okay? So make sure you focus on your sleep during this time period, okay? 2, once again, a lot of people just not as active during this time of year. Why? Because you got nobody to impress. You set up and, put away your bikini for the year, right? And now you're just laying around a little bit more. You got your sweatpants on. You got your long sleeve on. And you care less about how you look in the mirror a little bit, okay? So what I want you to do is still try to follow your workout routine, okay? It don't gotta be as, strict and rigorous as your routine in the summer, okay, like 4 to 5 times a day or 4 to 5 times a week. you can literally do 2 to 3 times a week. Just do something that's going to be more active, okay? Believe it or not, when you're active, it helps your body still stay insulin sensitive, right? Which is the main reason why a lot of people nowadays are pre-diabetic, because their body's not insulin sensitive, they're insulin resistant, okay? Now, working out does not help you lose weight, believe it or not. It is just a leg on the table, okay? It's not the main driver. The main driver for you to lose weight is what you put in your mouth, okay? But working out helps your body's hormones run optimally, okay? It helps your endocrine system. It helps your beta cells, which is the insulin cells that basically is ejected when you eat some sort of food, right? And it also helps your brain. You feel a little bit better. Why? Because you have less amyloid beta plaque inside your brain, because your brain is basically able to clear this stuff out because you got basically blood circulating through this whole entire system, okay? So just like your cardiovascular system, right? Your brain also gets some sort of benefit when you decide to work out too, okay? And it helps neurogenesis, which helps your brain grows new neurons. And believe it or not, the more you work out, you'll be able to retain information better if you was trying to learn like a new skill or something of that nature, okay? So your body was made to literally move, so make sure you are still moving in the wintertime, okay? Even though we're mammals, most mammals do what? They try to hibernate during the wintertime, okay? Humans kind of do the exact same thing, okay? But you still have to be some form of fashion. You got to be some sort of active, okay? Whatever means active to you. That could be jumping rope. That could be going for a walk. That could be walking on a treadmill. But if you do decide to walk, I would advise you to try to attempt be outside at any point of the day, okay? Longer than 10 minutes, maybe 20 to 30 minutes. That's it, all right? Very last thing, a lot of people likes to eat a little bit more during this time period, right? A lot of people have a little bit more eggnog. They're having the holiday cookies. You know the vibe. Thanksgiving is coming up with literally next month, okay? You're going to have the mac and cheese, the collard greens, the sweet potato casserole, and all that, okay? So make sure you're still abiding by some sort of a diet, okay? And make sure you're still following the 16 or 16 or 18 hour window, okay? Why? Because every single time you eat, you're literally telling your body to store. Okay, the whole purpose of eating is to help your body grow, which is called anabolic, okay? So the average American nowadays in our society eats 14 hours out the day. How many hours are there in a day? 24. So if there's 24 hours in a day and the average American is eating 14 hours out the day, you're telling your body more time to store than it has time to digest the foods that you're providing it, okay? So with that being said, make sure you're still following a window if you want to keep your weight a little bit lower. It don't gotta be a 6 hour window. It could be an 8 hour window, but some sort of window. You're not supposed to be eating all around the clock, okay? And also, I would actually rather you eat during the daytime than you saying, oh, well, I'm fasting all day and the only time I can eat is basically at dinner time, right? And with dinner's around 5 to 9 o'clock, right? And I'm just gonna have a big ass meal at 8 o'clock, right? Don't do that, okay? Why? Because once again, your body has a circadian clock, right? And basically, when you put food in your system, you're basically telling your body in real time, hey, the sun is still out, okay? Why? Because the only time humans, since we're diurnal creatures, which means what? We're more active during the day, okay? And we're less active at night. We're going to sleep at night. Anytime we was able to eat, if we was cavemen and cavewomen, was during the day. Okay, so not only we're receiving a lot of blue light from our phone, like in reference to what I said earlier, but we're also eating later during the day, right? And that's basically tricking the body to stay up, which is why it's affecting our, guess what? Our sleep. So as you can see, it's a cycle, right? Where basically you're doing all the wrong things and your body's still thinking it's daytime. And because your body's thinking it's daytime, it's affecting your sleep. And now because it's affecting your sleep, now you're fatigued in the morning, right? And because you're fatigued in the morning and your endocrine system's messed up, your ghrelin levels are up. And your ghrelin levels are basically the thing that makes you hungry, okay? Because your body's whole system is out of whack, all right? So that's why majority of people gain weight over this time of year is because A, they're not sleeping right, okay? So once again, if you have control of your thermostat in the house, set it to 66 to 68 degrees, okay? And also get off your phone at a certain point in time. I get off my phone around like 10:30, okay? And I make sure all the lights is off in the house. You don't want to receive any type of artificial light, okay? If you have a phone and an iPhone at that matter, switch your phone over to night shift mode at some point in time, okay? And if you have an Android, there's like a blue light filter. So make sure you shift the blue light filter on at some point in time after 9:30, okay? The more blue light you receive, the less melatonin your body excretes. The less melatonin your body excretes, the more your ass is gonna stay up, okay? 2, make sure you're still active somehow, okay? So if that means jump a rope, if that means hula hooping, if that means you got a treadmill in the house, or if that's an elliptical that you haven't used in 2 years in your house, okay? Or a Peloton, just be active. That way your body is utilizing some of the nutrients you're providing it, and your body can stay insulin sensitive, right? And then because you're more active, you're just gonna feel better throughout the day, okay? Being active literally helps your brain, okay? And it helps people who have depressive symptoms, anxiety, and all that stuff, all right? Very last thing, make sure you still adhere to some sort of a diet, okay? The human body does not need any type of exogenous, which means outside, carbohydrates. Your body can create its own carbohydrates, okay? So with that being said, did that mean you don't have to eat carbs at all? No. Have you some carbs, okay? Just eat less carbs, okay? Because especially during the holiday seasons, there's gonna be days where you're gonna be wilding out with the carbs, okay? So make sure day to day you're still adhering to some form or fashion. If you do decide to have a lot of carbs, make sure it's vegetables, okay? You having a whole plate of broccoli and spinach is totally different from you having 3 cookies or 2 donuts, okay? So have more protein on your plate than anything else, especially if you're trying to lose fat and stay lean, okay? Make sure you plate 60% protein and you're gonna be good to go, all right? Make sure you're following the window, okay? But now make sure you shift your window during the daytime, okay? So once again, the sun is not out at 8 o'clock anymore. So my window usually is 2 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Now my window during this time of season is gonna be from 12 to 6. So I'm gonna eat a little bit more, and I know the sun sets around 5:36, okay? Hopefully y'all learned something today, and these are your reset tips that's gonna help you stay snatched all the time. Know in the summertime, I'm gonna only be dropping these videos from now on, these informative videos on my new page, which is Physique Reset Official. Go ahead and check it out, and make sure you go ahead and give it a follow, okay? With that being said, hopefully y'all learned something today. Talk to y'all soon.